Hey guys, what is up? So currently I am taking some tulle and wrapping it around a piece of cardboard. How exciting is that? So basically, so basically what I'm doing is taking a piece of cardboard that is half the size of what I actually need for the piece of tulle. Now, I'm currently running a fashion jewelry camp thing over at the YMCA. So what I just showed you is a bunch of tulle. There's a bunch more tulle that I did. And then I have a bunch more on the floor that I also did. So here's a quick and easy tip for, say, if you are wanting to make your own tutu, whatever, for special occasion, maybe for kids, whatever the case may be, is grab a piece of elastic that will fit around the waist, and grab a ton of tulle. Now, for someone like a child who is kind of on the skinnier side, maybe like average weight for themselves, I would say they need at least 60 to about 80 yards of tulle. Now, I picked up the 6-inch 100-yard as well as the 6-inch 20-yard tulle from Michael's. Now, the 20-yard tulle came to about, a little too small there, came to about $2.99. I want to say pretty much like $3 per roll. For the 100-yard 6-inch, it was $8, which is so much cheaper. So I'm trying to show you me wrapping the tulle a little bit, but it's kind of causing some problems. So I'll just do it this way. So I will pin my camera down a little ways, so hopefully you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. So basically I took a piece of cardboard that was half the size of the length of the tulle that I would need. So I need about 24 inches, so this is about a foot of cardboard, and I'm just kind of wrapping it a ton of times, and I will cut it in one section, and that will give me a 24-inch piece of tulle, kind of. And I'm just wrapping it a ton of times. When I feel that I've wrapped it so many times that it's just kind of messing with my piece of cardboard like it is now, I'll show you what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this piece off of the spool, and then we're going to go in and actually cut all of this tulle. So I'm going to kind of find the center part, like you see kind of where that cardboard is lining up, and I'm going to find it here and just proceed to cut the best I can, and just keep cutting all the way through the best I can. It's not going to be perfectly straight, which is a-okay. So what I'm using this tool for is to make tutus, obviously, and for the tutus, these are going to be for a ton of kids at the camp that I'm currently running, which is a fashion camp. So I'm going to make sure this is all kind of cut. So in some areas it's kind of like wonky, so I'm just going to trim that. So again, the edges do not need to be perfect for this. For that reason, this is a mini fashion camp. The kids will be taking the tulle, a piece of tulle, and say a piece of elastic, which I don't have anything, so we'll just use my fingers. They will fold this tulle in half the best they can. Then they will take the piece of elastic and kind of loop it over, kind of thread that piece of tulle through, and create that slip knot look all the way around. Now they will do this with a ton of the tulle all the way around, the best they can, keeping it fluffed as much as they can, and they will create a tutu for themselves or a mini fashion show that they're going to have. Now, the best part about doing it the way I am is that you can consistently just roll, have the desired length that you need. So if your thing that you're using, say the piece of cardboard, which mine is 2 feet, but it is not sturdy enough to roll it all the way around, which is frustrating. So I had to fold it in half to make it about a foot. Now, These do not need to be perfect. Again, this is where dealing with kids, so it is totally fine. But if you are, trying, not practicing, trying to do this for, an actual show or something specific, like a special occasion, you need it to be kind of like, what is it, like perfect in a sense. Then you're going to want something more steady than a piece of cardboard, or tape up your cardboard, or put something sturdy within the cardboard to keep it straight. So I wrap it around a bunch of times, I cut it once, and boom, I have about a 24-inch piece of tool. The 6-inch is really great for doing this. You can obviously do a much wider piece of tool, but I think it is a lot more difficult to keep rolling with a much wider piece of tool. So again, the 6-inch is just the right width for doing a tutu when wrapping as well. So again, I'm going to continue doing that until I get basically through all of the tool that I have. I have tons and tons of it. Again, this is to make sure that the tutus are kind of fluffy enough. They're not just a quick few little bit of pieces of tulle kind of around them. This is to make sure it looks like kind of a full-on tutu, something that if they wanted to, they could actually toss on for a costume or use for something that they wanted to. Again, they will obviously need to wear something under this, so I have tons of white tulle for them to use, but I also picked up some colors. So again, if you're making it for a special occasion, depending on what it's for, if it's for Halloween, they have black tulle, they have orange tulle, so you can add in a few strands of color to your tutu so it looks just right. This is a great way, instead of say spending $20 at Michael's, you can spend about 10 to make yourself a tutu. You can spend about $10 picking up a roll of this and a couple of rolls of color. It is probably a little bit cheaper, and to me, since I have the time and it's more exciting that way, and bye.